Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin, and behind me is the waterline trench we've been working on for about 2 months now. And we're really close to wrapping it up. We've got the hydrant installed and running. That was about 3 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, we got it permanently hooked up in the house. This is 100% hooked up, running, and we absolutely love it. So glad we took the time to do it this summer. It's taken way longer and way more of the summer than I was anticipating, but I think it's gonna be totally worth it. So what's the plan for today? Today we need to get some machines out, get the excavator, the Kubota, and backfill this about 30-foot section of trench here. Once that's done, I'm hoping we can hop on the machine, the excavator, dig from the hydrant over to the brooder, get that conduit in, and hopefully get that trench backfilled as well. That's a lot of work to get done, so let's get some machines out and get to it. So there's that 30 to 40 foot section of trench all backfilled. The dirt is pretty much over the trench. Like I said before, we're gonna let this sit and settle, hopefully some rain will hit it, wash everything down, fill in all the voids before we grade it all smooth. Because if I don't do that and I grade it all smooth now, when the dirt settles, we'll end up with this big divot where the trench was, and I don't want that to happen. So I think the next step is to get the excavator over here, start digging from the water hydrant to our brooder. So unfortunately the camera overheated at some point during the trenching, and I don't know how much I actually caught, but the trench is done from the brooder to the water line. So I think we're ready to continue our conduit and get this section finished. Check it out, the last little bit of conduit is ran, which means the trenching is done and the piping is done. I am so excited about that. So we are ready to backfill. But before I do that, I want to try to get a string in here so later when I go to pull my wire, I already have something in here to hook my wire to and make it a lot easier to pull. So I'll show you a little trick on how to do that. So what we're going to try to do is use the power of suction to suck a line through the conduit. So what I'll do is I'll remove the tape off the top. Then I'll take my shot vac, put it over the tube, and I'll use some duct tape to seal up the end. So I got my vacuum all set up and sealed on the pipe. It should create a suction through this pipe, and all I should have to do is take a little bag here, tie my string to it, and then that should create a little seal in the pipe, which should hopefully suck my string all the way through to the other end. Just gotta trim a little of this excess off. Turn on the vacuum, and we should be good to go. So we got some good suction here. As long as there's not water in the pipe or any obstructions, theoretically this should go straight through. All right, the string stopped moving. Let's go see if we got any other end. Nope, we didn't get it. But I can tell that there's some water in the pipe, so we may have hit some water. I think what I'll do is I'll grab my fish tape. I can send a fish tape down, see if I can hook the string and pull it out this way. So I got the metal hooked end here open. Hopefully I can stick that down the pipe, snag the plastic or the string, and pull it out the rest of the way. And there we have it. All right, strings are tied off, pipes are sealed on both ends. We're ready to backfill and finish this trench up. Well, I was starting to think that this day would never come, but the trench is done. I am so excited about that. This took probably about a month and a half longer than I thought it was going to. I way underestimated how slow the digging was gonna go. But it's done, it's backfilled, it feels awesome. However, we still have a lot of work to do. We still gotta get all of this graded out, but before we do that, we need to tackle grading this hill. It's been sitting like this now for about a month and a half, and it's really difficult to mow, and I'm tired of looking at it. So the first thing we're gonna do is work on grading this out, get all this rock cleaned up, and get our yard looking better before we head out to the field and start working on that. Hopefully you guys found this entertaining. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.